Okay? So, we need two numbers where we multiply to get a 63, and we add to get a 16. Alright? So, two numbers multiply to get a 63, then you add to get a 16. That would be 7 times 9. Alright? 7 times 9 is 63. 7 plus 9 is 16. Okay? Alright. So we are going to rewrite that into two factors. X plus 7. X plus 9 equals 0. Now we are going to solve for x. X plus 7 equals 0, which means that x equals negative 7. And we have x plus 9 equals 0, which means x equals negative 9. Alright, so the answer is x equals negative 7 or x equals negative 9. So you multiply a times c, alright? So that's 2 times a positive 9, that's a positive 18. You are looking for two numbers where you multiply to get an 18, and you add, okay, to get a 9. Alright, so that would be 3 times 6, 6 times 3, alright? Alright, you can do 3 times 6 or 6 times 3, the order does not matter. So we are going to rewrite this using 3 and 6. That's 2x squared plus 6x plus 3x plus 9 equals 0. The highest common factor between 2 and 6, that's 2, and also x. So 2x. Alright, 2x squared divided by 2x. What we have is 1x, so we call it x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Bring down the plus sign. The highest common factor between 3 and 9 is 3. Alright, 3 divided by 3 is 1x, so just 1x or x. 9 divided by 3 is 3, equals 0. Okay, here are the common factors. 2x plus 3, x plus 3. Alright, and then you're going to solve for those two. Okay, let's solve. 2x plus 3 equals 0. You subtract 3 from both sides, so 2x equals negative 3. Then you divide by 3, divide by 2. So x is negative 3 over 2. And the other one is x plus 3 equals 0. X equals negative 3. So you have your two answers. 1, 2. In order to solve for this, you need to make that into a 0. Okay? The way you make that into a 0 is to eliminate that. Alright? So we need to eliminate negative 10 using a positive 10. Alright? So that's 5x squared minus 9x minus 2 equals 0. Negative 12 plus 10 is negative 2. Alright, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Again, if it's a negative, you're subtracting, okay? If it's a positive, you're adding, alright? Okay, two numbers you multiply to get a 10, and then you subtract to get a 9. That would be 1 times 10. 1 times 10 is 10, okay? Alright, so just remember to look at both options, either 10 minus 1 or 1 minus 10, alright? You need to use the correct combination, okay? All right, we want a negative 9, so we want 1 minus 10. If this is a positive 9, then you want 10 minus 1, okay? But it's a negative 9. All right, let's rewrite this. 5x squared positive 1x minus 10x minus 2 equals 0. All right, the highest common factor between 5x squared and 1x is 1x. 5 divided by 1 is 5. 1x divided by 1x is 1. Bring down the negative or the minus, okay? The common factor between 10 and 2, that's 2. All right, negative 10, make sure you use a negative. Negative 10 divided by a negative 2, that's a positive 5. X, negative 2 divided by a negative 2, that's a positive 1. So we have x minus 2. For those of you who don't know where I got this from, that's from there, and that's from there, okay? And 5x plus 1 equals 0. All right, so when you solve for this right here, basically, you look at that right there, okay, x minus 2 equals 0, which means x equals a positive 2, okay? And then we have 5x plus 1 equals 0. So the first thing you do is x equals negative 1 divided by 5, right? So the first thing is you subtract 1, and then you divide by 5. Okay? So first of all, of course, this needs to go over here and make a 0 over here. So that's 81x squared minus 36 equals 0. Alright? Now, this is a difference between two perfect squares. So what you can do right here is go ahead and go straight to the two factors. 81. A square root of 81 is 9 times 9. Alright? X squared is x times x. One is plus, one is minus. 36, that's 6 times 6. Okay? So those are the two factors. Alright. So x equals negative 6 divided by 9. Alright, notice how I got negative 6. Reduce that is negative 2 over 3. That's the first factor, okay? The second one, x equals 6 divided by 9. Reduce it, that's 2 over 3. Alright, so your answer is x equals negative 2 over 3 or x equals 2 over 3. This side needs to be a 0, so you have to get rid of that. That's plus 144 on both sides. So 25x squared plus 144 equals 0, right? Please don't do this. This is wrong. 5x plus 12, 5x minus 12, right? The reason this is wrong is because a positive 12 times a negative 12 is a negative 144. It's not a positive 144. All right, so don't do that. If this is a minus, it would work, and this would be no real solution. To make things easy for you, the first thing is a y-intercept. Okay, we can use any point that y-intercept is easier, right? So let's call that's your x and that's your y, and let's look at the x-intercept. Let's call the x1, and let's call this x2. Okay, we are looking for the equation for this parabola. All right, the way to do that is you need to look for the a value first. So y equal a times x minus x1, x minus x2. We know what y is, we know what x is, we know what x1 and x2 is. All right, so y is 40. A, we don't know what a is. X is 0. Okay, that's 0. Minus x1 is a negative 8, so minus a negative is a plus 8. X is 0 minus a negative 1, that's a plus 1. Okay, so 40 equals, all right, 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 1 is 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Okay? So we have 8a, which means that you divide by 8 from both sides, so a equals 5. Okay, once you got a, then you need to go back to this right here to write the equation. So it's gonna be y. Don't change y to 40. We're done with that. Equal a, which is 5. Okay. X minus a negative 8. X minus a negative 1. Then you simplify that sign. All right. 5. Okay. So if you remember how to multiply two binomials, all right. X times x is x squared. X times 1 is 1x. 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 1 is 8. 1x plus 8x, that's 9x plus 8. All right, last step. You distribute 5. Okay, so y equals 5x squared plus 45x plus 40. So that's your answer.